We're gonna put the rest of this stuff in bags. There's stuff over here too. The stuff that you put down here that needs to be in bags.
Okay. No, that's what I'm waiting for this
Okay, you just damaged my cereal. I don't even.
Girl, it's a box. It's the box. Like, okay. Then I'll take it off.
You don't want to be here today? Because that is not customer service. The way you acting.
127.13.
Please put my eggs in the bag. Don't break it. Video in a moment.
Leave that there.
I will.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel Capri Social Network. I am your host, Capri, aka Cap, and after showing the very first clip, because I do have more coming up in this here video, this exactly is why, and a prime example of why Black women have such bad attitudes, and how many of you could relate to what you may be either a Black woman or a Black man going to the grocery store to get waited on finally by the cashier, although there are more self-checkout lanes in today's society due to modern technology and more stores nowadays. But, and on behalf of the very few of you who may prefer to get waited on by an actual cashier, a Black female cashier, how many of you have experienced the same exact kind of customer service as the lady who appeared to be a much older lady than the cashier in the video? And for my fellas, how many times have you been at a grocery store as well? Either grocery store, department store, airport, gas station, only to get the same exact kind of rude customer service by a Black female. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there are females of other races who have just as bad attitudes due to my personal experiences with some. But I'm referring, by me being a Black person, a fellow Black person, I'm referring specifically to my sisters on behalf of how and why so many of them have such effed up attitudes. Without further ado, and on that note, I also wanted to show you some more clips, all courtesy and on behalf of TikTok. One clip on behalf of a brother, a Black man, giving his take on how it pisses him off with how so many sisters nowadays have some of the worst kinds of attitudes. And I also would like to show two fellow Black women that are giving their take as well on not only how so many other Black women have effed up attitudes, but why as well. Anyways, I'm going to share my screen.
Why do Black women have such fucked up attitudes? I'll tell you. So you know how Disney is coming out with these stories of like Cruella and Maleficent, and basically you look at the movie, you're like, oh, now the evil villain with a bad attitude that hates everybody and just ugh. It's like your best friend, like, oh, I totally understand. It's because you know the backstory. Also, slavery. Generational trauma is real. And to put this into perspective, my grandmother, who is still alive today, is a child of a slave. So it didn't happen a long time ago. It happened yesteryear. The messaging that we get from little girls on up is that we're not enough. Our hair, our skin tone, our everything, the way we talk, the way we walk, the way our body grows. We're not enough until we're copied by other cultures. And then we're insulted because all of a sudden it's high fashion, but when we did it, it was ghetto. No one has an issue with our attitudes when we're out here shifting elections and running Fortune 500 companies because all the shit we go through makes us resilient.
I've had a realization that for the past year and a half, I've been living life on autopilot. I'm gonna just be vulnerable with y'all. I had a huge traumatic event happen to me around that time, and I thought that if I just stopped thinking about it, that it was gonna go away. It was still very prevalent, but it just showed in other ways that I was not noticing, and neither was anybody around me. I went super MIA from social media. I stopped going out. I stopped really being around my friends. And I just dismissed it as, oh, I'm working on myself right now. Ignoring invites, just staying in my room. I just wanted to be by myself. And since anyone that knew never really checked on me about the traumatic event, I never realized how it actually was affecting me because I didn't talk about it. I saw someone say on here on how Black women have ADHD and anxiety and all these other issues, but it's always dismissed off of just being aggressive or we're annoyed or we're irritable. When really we're probably overstimulated or anxious or depressed. But anything that's negative, because we're Black women, it's always just going to be brushed off of like, you're doing too much. You need to calm down. So instead of having a safe space to vent, you're usually criticized. We're so used to always having to be strong and carrying such a big emotional load that eventually we just shut down or don't talk about it or put a guard up. And then our vulnerability starts being looked at as a weakness because there's no safe space to be vulnerable. My therapist brought up the point to me that once you harden your heart in one area of your life, it goes towards everything. You can't just pick and choose what you harden yourself to. This is why when you're heartbroken or going through grief, other people will tell you like, yo, you know, you've been withdrawn lately. You know, you've been snappier. You know, you've been like not coming out and you never even notice. You're thinking, oh no, I'm just hating this one person because they broke my heart. But instead you start treating the whole world like that. You put up a guard towards everybody. Hurt carries. So when we have trauma, it's easy to start directing it towards everything instead of just that one situation and not even noticing. And even if you're still letting people in, you're not fully being vulnerable. Vulnerable meaning truly letting your defenses all the way down to where you could possibly get hurt. This is where I think the angry Black woman stereotype comes into play. And it's like, we're not angry. There's just so many things going on that we don't feel safe enough to express. So Black women, I see you. I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. I know there's so many days that you wear a mask. I'm here for you and I genuinely care. If you even want to unload off in the comments, this is a safe space. Vent away, baby. And for anyone else, challenge yourself to be a safe space to just let Black women feel and be human and make mistakes without criticizing or calling them angry.
Black women. Black women, Black women. If y'all know y'all got bad attitudes, why the hell are you working customer service? If you know your attitude fucked up and you know your attitude bad, why the hell are you working a fucking customer service job? Make it make sense. Every time I walk into this one place, right, the same young lady got an attitude. Now the food off the chain, now the food is fire, and that's the only reason why I keep coming back. And I don't always see her when I go. Different people, you know, other people at the store, you know, waited on me, whatever, cool. But it's always this one young lady, Black young lady. Always got attitude. You walk to the register, she don't say, hey, how may I help you? No, she just stare at you. Just like that. And you look like, should I order what? So today I ordered a salad. Salad came with rotisserie chicken, bacon, whole bunch of other stuff. I told him to take some stuff off, but you know, she forgot the bacon. We human. I get it. We make mistakes. Cool. I said, hey, do this. Don't you supposed to know more bacon? She just looked at me, took the motherfucking salad, looked at me like, nigga, how dare you correct me? What? Stop working these motherfucking customer service jobs if your attitude bad, because you fucking up these people's business. I like the food, so I'm gonna keep going back. Motherfuckers not gonna keep coming back with that fucking attitude. Now y'all supposed to be more successful, supposed to have more degrees, supposed to be more all this and that. Find you another stream of income. It's 2022. Y'all making more than men now, right? Find you another income, just because the shit is ridiculous. And it's not the first time this young lady I had an encounter with this young lady, and it's not the first restaurant I had an encounter with a different young lady. If you know your attitude fucked up, why you working customer service job? And I know y'all gonna come in here and attack me. I'm misogynist, all that. Cool. Label me how you want to label. White women, they have attitudes too. I care about black women. I ain't saying I don't care about white women. I love black women. I want to see y'all do better. Stop working these customer service jobs if your attitude bad. Nobody told you to fill out the application. When you filled out the application, you knew you was dealing with people. Stop with these damn attitudes, man. Stop with these damn attitudes, man. The food good though. I'm gonna go back. But still, every time I go in there and I see her, I already know it's just I'm gonna have to triple check my food because she got an attitude. And something's gonna be wrong with that motherfucker.
So I'm going to stop sharing the last clip because that will be the last after playing that clip, as well as the other three. Those will be the last, or all I had to show, at least in this video. Anyways, I also wanted to give my take again on so many black women and their effed up attitudes. Whether you know it or not, and I'm trying to not sound as harsh as possible. At the same time, I am, due to the simple fact of how a lot of you have no reason to have bad attitudes, because some of you are on governmental assistance. Some of you are working jobs paying you no more than $20 an hour, $20 even, but yet it's still a lot of you, when a guy, for instance, it may be a coworker of yours who may be entering inside of your workplace at the same time, he may be walking in front of you and may be nice enough to open the door for you while entering inside behind him. Most of you have bad attitudes, and no matter how much of a gentleman a lot of us brothers may be towards you, and I'll never be able to understand it. I never will, even if I was live to be blessed enough to live to be 100 years old one day. And some of you, even if a guy is nice, maybe nice enough, a brother, a black man who may be nice enough to pull to the side of the road after seeing you stranded and having car trouble, may be nice enough to help fix your car, whatever problem may be wrong with it. Some of you will still have bad attitudes, won't even much think enough to say thanks to Good Samaritan black man for helping you, being nice enough to help you. Or some of you may thank him on in the same breath, but when you may do it, you may usually have an attitude, a bad attitude about it, or may end up doing it. Elaborate more, may end up thanking him, but may end up thanking him in a mean tone, dry / standoffish tone of voice. And whether you know it or not, sisters, your bad and effed up attitude will forever keep you single. And it's one of the main reasons for some of you who may have been married at one point but are now divorced. That's the main reason why, due to your effed up attitude. Not only that, but I want to go further than that. For some of you who may be married currently, but may have either a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law who may not like to be around you, who can't seem to stand, who can't stand to seem to want to be around you due to your effed up attitude. That's why whether you know it or not. And even for some of my sisters who never ever have been married before, but may have kids by, if not one guy, more than one guy, only for each and every last one of those guys to just haul ass on you, and excuse my language, to abandon you without having any kind of contact when you at all. Whether you know it or not, sisters, it's due to your F up attitude. Anyways, because I already said a mouthful, make sure you first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, like the video, you share, you comment on it, last but not least, you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, you guys have a good one.